In May 2023, President Joe Biden announced his decision to greenlight a plan to have America's allies train Ukrainian pilots, as well as provide the country's military with surplus F-16’s from the Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, and Norway. That sparked a concerted effort to not only train pilots, but also ground crews, maintainers, and munitions troops, among others. No small task, given the pressing nature of the country's war against Russia. But a little less than a year later, those plans became a reality. The arrival of F-16s in Ukraine is arguably one of the biggest developments in that country's defense since Russia's illegal invasion in February 2022.
Я пишаюсь усіма нашими хлопцями, які якісно.
I am proud of all our guys who are mastering these planes and have already started using them for our country.
Для нашої держави.
I thank our team for this important result.
Важливий результат. Дякую партнерам, які
Thank you to the partners who effectively helped with the F-16 and the first countries that accepted our request for the provision of planes.
But it was never a sure thing. Only after receiving assurances from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that Ukraine would not use the fourth-generation fighter in Russian territory did President Biden agree to join the coalition of allies in providing the training and hardware.
To strengthen Ukraine's Air Force as part of a long-term commitment to Ukraine's ability to defend itself. We provided to last year all that they needed to deal with what they were dealing with at the moment. And that's when now we're moving in the direction of putting them in a position to be able to defend themselves in ways beyond what they've had to deal with so far.
That decision put into motion a full-court press to get Ukrainian airmen trained in all things F-16, essentially an intense boot camp for language skills, maintenance, and the machine at the heart of it all.
We study a lot, we fly a lot, we prep for the missions, and so on. Royal Danish Air Force has taken a huge responsibility on their shoulders for carrying out this mission. And we can only imagine how hard it is for them to train us for day-to-day operation, but they are being nothing but supportive.
That support comes in a multinational effort. While the U.S. contributed significantly, the Dutch, Belgians, Norwegians, and Danish are doing the lion's share of hands-on work with not only the Ukrainians, but the early model F-16s destined for the skies over the war-torn country. Major General Jan Dam, chief of the Royal Danish Air Force, says the Ukrainians are getting good equipment.
It has been updated several times, and actually, as it is right here, it's a very modern aircraft. It's competitive with the best Western fighters, and so you will. And I'm sure that the Ukrainian Air Force will benefit from that. We have a lot of sympathy with the Ukrainian people, and we want to do whatever we can to help.
While it's too soon to know what role the F-16s will ultimately play in Ukraine's efforts to expel Russia from its borders, intelligence experts like Jonathan Molick say don't expect them to make an immediate impact in the outcome of the war.
They have a few hurdles to overcome. They don't have as many pilots as they would need. They have some issues with maintenance and parts and other things, but ultimately any help in any way to Ukraine is a positive thing. And on the battle space, I would say that, again, as you had said, this is not a game changer per se. This isn't going to switch the flat or the forward line of troops in any significant way. However, it will give Ukraine the ability to hit what we call high-value targets.
Interestingly, that's a thought shared, at least in part, by those trusted to speak on behalf of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told the Associated Press the delivery of F-16s to Ukraine, quote, won't have any significant impact on the battlefield. There is no magic pill, no panacea for the armed forces of the Kyiv regime, he said in a conference call with reporters. After the emergence of those planes, their numbers will drop. They will be shot down and destroyed. Unsurprisingly, that is not a view shared by the airmen training to get in the cockpit and help determine the fate of their country.
It is really a super fun jet to fly. I'm not saying that MiG that I flew before is super boring, but the F-16 is definitely more agile. It easily moves. The moment you think of something, it turns. I felt proud, not only for myself, but only for the rest of the guys, and that we are doing it now. I know how much work has been done to have this opportunity.
While we don't know how many jets were provided in the first tranche, the ones that were on display appear to be from the Danish Air Force, equipped with AIM-120 missiles, as well as an electronic warfare system, radar jammer, missile warning system, and an array of countermeasures. In his official release on the jet's arrival, President Zelensky stressed a shortage of trained pilots and the limited number of F-16s will constrain their immediate battlefield impact. Still, the arrival of the first F-16s represents a significant step in Ukraine's effort to expel Russia from its borders, and it offers a full-circle moment after nearly 2 years of work to acquire the American-made fighters.